All right, so today I'm going to show you how I organize my collection. Last time I showed you something similar to this. It was how to organize your collection, a little tutorial, little tricks like putting in play sets or just like 8 or 10 or 12 of a card in penny slips just to help keep stuff nice and clean. But I kind of skipped over how I get to the main part. So this is going to show you how we do. So over here, I've got my what's left of the raw cards. These cards are all just in any random order, and blacks, greens, whites, reds, whatever. So I'm gonna chop these down into color order: white, blue, black, red, green, artifact, and land. Here in front, I've got what I've already separated. So this is white, blue, black, red, and green. Some of you may have already noticed my little playmat here, my little art project. So this I use for sorting, and it comes in so handy. Just because you could be, let's take green for instance. As often as you do it, as easy as the alphabet is, we all should know it, right? Sometimes it's helpful to have this. It really is. I've got X, Y, Z in one's cube here. They all fit a magic card with some space on all sides, and it really just helps keep stuff organized. Usually I go over old school stuff. This is all for the master collection for the most part, which I'll show you a picture of that right now. This collection is everything. This is everything that's not old school. And as I'm separating, I do separate my old school from everything else that's going to this master collection. Back to where I am. So I do have a little pile here. And I watched a few videos of different people, how they do it. I watched the professor, I watched Edwin talk about it. And they talk about keeping, certain things separate and whatnot. One thing I've learned from playing and organizing this game since the beginning, basically, is that the more places you keep things, the harder it's going to be to find things. It is just less organized. If your main format is old school like me, that's great. Put your old school cards in a separate thing, especially if you have a lot of them. It's easy to find. It is what it is. Modern, same thing. Although Modern is pretty huge now. I think Modern is most of Magic. So, and maybe it just doesn't make sense to do that. Maybe to separate anything pre-Modern. That way it's not a way for your normal go-to format. For me, I've got a small little pile of cards I'm pulling out for EDH decks. These cards I pulled out because I have decks in mind that I currently have together where I think I might put these cards. So I'm going to take a look, see if they go in. If they don't, they're going to go right back into the master collection. I used to keep a separate box that was like just EDH goodies, just a go-to place for EDH stuff, good EDH stuff. But it becomes too convoluted. It's like, oh, I know I have a thought reflection somewhere. Where is it? Or even worse is if it's like a soul ring for me, for instance. Especially like a old border soul ring. It's like, okay, that could be my EDH stuff, my old school stuff, or in the master collection. There's just too many possibilities. If you want a card, you want to know exactly where it is. So that's why I do it the way I do. I want a soul ring. I go to, if it's an old school one, it's in my old school box under S, S-O, all organized alphabetically. Some people just, like I say, they clog them all together. It's all red S's. Well, okay, that works for you if it works for you. If your collection is small enough that you can get away with that, great, good for you. But I tell you, when your collection gets big like what I've got, it's not going to cut it. You're going to want to use those penny slips and make packs. You're going to want that in alphabetical order. When you get to a card, you want to know where it is. So I'm going to sort this out real fast and just break down what I have here, get in this pile, and then start in the white and break it down here to add it to the master collection and get all these cards off my table. That's the goal. All right, slips, EDH stuff, get out of here. And here we go. Let's grab a chunk. I also just, as I go through, because these cards are just cards that were left out or cards I picked up recently, cards that came out of EDH decks, cards, you know, just from all over the place. Maybe part of like a collection I bought. So there's a lot of everything here. So, like, here is what didn't make it into my werewolf deck, it looks like. And that's fine. That's fine.
So, as a quick recap, there is no one-size-fits-all solution for you for your collection. It's going to depend on the way you play the game, what formats you play, and the size of your collection. A lot of people like binders. If you're a collector and you want to have maybe a play set of every card from every set, okay, you've got set binders, and you could maybe have 4 pages per page, you know, if that way you're not double stacking them. If you are a player like me, you're gonna probably want to lean more toward what I'm showing you here, you know, because if you have a card in mind, you just want to get to it real fast. If you're an investor, this isn't for you. Figure it out. But for me, this is what works. I showed you the size of my collection. Those boxes are 4 rows deep. I think they're 3,200 card boxes each. And I'm actually going to show them to you in a little bit here as we go forward. But anywho, once you have your... I wish I showed you my collection first, but we're going to get there real soon. This is for as you get cards in and they need to be sorted. Or if your cards are just in a chaotic mess as it is, and you want to start organizing your collection, then this video is for you. Take, like you see here, the roll of cards, ever that random junk, and separate it white, blue, black, red, green. That's where we are now. Let's see what's next.
All right, we are now all sorted by color. My whole pile of to be sorted is done. Let's transfer all the whites right here. Bump, bump. 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 Okay, that is all I need to do for the white cards. I'm just going to take them off of the sorting mat and get cracking. And so here it's just playing a match game, you know, and my handy-duty artwork here really helps out. And as you go, and this is like, again, this, you don't need this. If your collection is tiny, if you're not taking up the space I am, if you're not like looking like this, you probably don't need this system. But if you do look like this or anything near it, I strongly suggest get yourself a white playmat, and doing the scribbles goes a long way, for real. And as you go, if you do need to do this, you will kind of like learn. You'll get muscle memory of where these cards are. But for me in the beginning, I need to check, you know, each one. Go see Preston. I need one of these for EDH. So that's going to go to the EDH pile.
So here we go, sorting this up real fast now. Just loving this mat, man. It really has helped me go a long way. Makes it go a little faster. Helps me get the spacing done too. You know, even if you didn't put the letters in, but then, you know, if you drew the lines, why not put the letters in? I do suggest this if you have a big collection and you're sorting all the time. It's just freaking wonderful. And this whole process goes a lot faster than you think. You might be looking at your collection saying, geez, this will take weeks. Really, if you sit down, you just do it. You get through with it. You're going to be so happy it's done after. Everything's sorted, alphabetized, easy to find. 110% recommend.
And that is it for white. Now we're going to pull up the white from the master collection and start putting this away.
All right, so I got out my white box, A to D from the master collection. I'm going to slide you over there. Get a better look at what's going on here. Big picture. So the old school collection is one box sorted by color because it all fits in one box. This one, I always use the masters, everything that's not old school. So I use my little divider tabs. I've seen some people have much better tabs, a little more professional. And I definitely would like to upgrade what I have. Now, the old school box is all actually truly alphabetized. The Master Collection, I want to get there, and we're going to do that, you know, eventually. I might just take video and talk about other stuff as I go over it, you know, just as I work on it. But for now, it's just all the D's are here, all the C's are here, all the B's are here, all the A's are here in any what order. So for now, since we're not anywhere close to truly alphabetizing, I'm just going to transfer. So here are all our A's. And since it doesn't matter right now, we're just going to shove them right in. Well, if it was alphabetized truly, I'd be working these in the packs, finding where it is, and if there was one there already, make it into one pack, or just boom, replace. For now, we are just adding these cards that we just sorted into the Master Collection. And the collection grows pretty fast. It outgrows the boxes they're in. So these, where is my lid? Here it is. So my little label here, it comes in and out, and we could adjust them. We just cut a little piece of paper and fix it. In hindsight, I actually would have left this blank and not written on the box, and probably put white and then A to D underneath it. That way I could have a little more mobility and agility when it comes to sorting and organizing. But it is what it is. This is the system that we have for now. These little things I got at some dollar store. They're really great because they get the job done, you know. Ooh, down goes green. That's all right. That's all right. Green can take it. They're tough. They're tough. All right, where are we up to? I guess mix my C's and my D's. No, we're just into D's. And that's all box one is, ABCD. So it goes pretty fast, you know. This happened pretty fast. The sorting from all the pile that was here, the mismatch, getting that color coded, that'll happen fast. Alphabetizing goes pretty fast as well. This mat is so helpful, especially with larger collections. I'm also gonna go on to say, what I do here works for me. It works for me because my collection is massive. If you have a smaller collection, maybe you do use binders. If you're a collector, binders great if you put it in by sets. But for me, with this scale, I will never use a binder. Maybe if it was like my trade binder, but we're kind of out of that. You know, I'm kind of we're more in like a digital age, more in a, you know, hey, trading over the internet type of thing, chat rooms, Discord groups, whatever it is. And you could have your whole collection on an app. You know, once everything is alphabetized here, I plan on probably as I'm doing the true alphabetizing, scanning my entire collection into some kind of app. That way I have it. Hey, Nick, do you got this? Let me check my phone. Boom. Yeah, I got it. If you're over the house, sure, I could, you know, I just pull it right out of the thing because I just type in the card you're looking for. So, very helpful. A lot of adjustments since the 90s. And I'm just going to keep putting this all away. I'm probably going to fast forward through it. And I'm going to talk over it later. So, here we go. I'm actually going to save the rest of that sorting for another time. For now, I just want to go over some recaps. Large collection like mine, separate it first by color. As you see here, white, blue, black, red, green, colorless, gold, land, and then the WooBurger there is actually, it's a 5-slot box. So it's got my white, blue, black, red, green basics in there. Underneath there is the one thing I do keep separate, which is old school. It all fits in that one box on the left. The middle box is my old school trade cards. And then the small little box to the right of that is the extended old school cards that end up getting used a lot. Cards like from Alliances and Ice Age sometimes, Weatherlight. Certain different adjustments to the old school format allow for certain cards or certain sets. And those cards are all in that one box. That way I can just, all my old schools together, just also separate. Start there. Start by sorting. And then if your collection is big enough that you're, you know, if you're looking for a card and you're frustrated you can't find it, go ahead and start alphabetizing. Even if you do like I have mine currently, which is just all the A's, all the B's, all the C's in whatever order, that's fine. I still do highly recommend using those penny sleeve packs though, because that's going to go a real long way as well. And then when you do get to where I am and you're like, okay, that's it, enough's enough, and you do actually full alphabetizing, which we're going to start doing together and in upcoming videos, then that's where you want to be. I have it just like that in my old school, like I said a few times during this video. I'm probably sick of hearing me say that, but trust me, when it's done, you're going to be so relieved. Whatever card you want, you find so fast. So that's where we want to get with this whole collection, but we're going to do it together, and I hope you do it to your own, and you get your own stuff organized, because it makes life easy. When the Magic is a big part of your life, or, you know, this has been roll. We've been together since 1995, me and this game, you know. So, and it shows. And I've sold my collection several times, but this is where I am now, and I don't see it getting any smaller in the foreseeable future, only growing. So, I hope this has been helpful for some of you. If it was, leave a thumbs up. You know, hey, even if I just entertained your time and made you happy, throw that thumbs up in there. I appreciate it. It's going to go a long way. It warms my heart. Anyway, that's it for now. This is Baron Nick, and I'm done here.